They say the worst danger is the one you don't see coming. But what if danger is waiting for you in plain sight? Imagine walking down an empty street at midnight, hearing footsteps behind you, then turning around to see a stranger who should never exist. It was summer in the city of Brookhaven. The streets after dark were usually quiet, too quiet. Streetlights flickered weakly, casting more shadows than light. Our story follows Ethan Miller, a 27-year-old night shift worker. He had grown used to late walks home, but one evening, his shortcut through an alley would change his life forever. That night, the air was unusually cold. The city felt wrong. Ethan checked his phone. 11:58 p.m., 2 minutes before midnight. Ethan turned into the alley, a long stretch between old brick warehouses. It was a place he had crossed dozens of times before, but tonight it felt alive. Graffiti on the walls seemed to crawl under the dim light. Trash cans rattled, though no wind blew. His footsteps echoed unnaturally loud, bouncing back at him like whispers. He quickened his pace. Then he heard it. Another set of footsteps, slower, heavier, following. Ethan turned his head, scanning the shadows. At the far end of the alley, beneath a flickering light, stood a man, tall, thin, dressed in a black coat, too long for the season. His face was obscured by shadow. He wasn't moving, just standing, watching. Ethan's throat went dry. He looked back down at his phone. 12 o'clock, midnight. When he looked up again, the man was gone. Ethan shook his head, telling himself it was a trick of the light. He kept walking, faster now. Then a voice whispered his name. Ethan. Soft, but close. He spun around. The alley was empty. He felt his chest tighten. Hello? Who's there? His voice cracked, breaking the silence. No answer. Only the sound of his own breathing, until it wasn't. Between heartbeats, he heard breathing that wasn't his. From the corner, the man stepped out. The stranger. The light above him flickered, and for a moment, Ethan saw his face, or what was left of it, skin pale, stretched too tightly, lips torn at the corners, eyes black and hollow. The stranger didn't walk. He glided, closer, silent. Ethan stumbled back, his pulse hammering in his ears. Stay away! But the man didn't stop. Ethan turned and ran. His shoes pounded against the cracked pavement, heart racing. Behind him, the stranger's footsteps. Slow, deliberate, but always closer than they should be. Ethan glanced back. The man wasn't running. Yet every time Ethan looked, he was closer. A door appeared on the side of the alley. Ethan yanked it open and slipped inside. The door slammed shut. Silence. The building was dark, abandoned. Dust choked the air, and broken glass littered the floor. Rows of rusted machinery loomed in the shadows. Ethan's flashlight app barely worked, flickering as he scanned the room. Nothing. Then he saw footprints. Wet, black footprints on the dusty floor, leading deeper inside. And they weren't his. Ethan followed the footprints, his breath shallow. They stopped at an old office door. A note was pinned there, with a rusty nail. Shaking, he pulled it down. It read, in jagged handwriting, "Don't look at him. Don't let him see you. Midnight is his hour." Ethan's stomach dropped. The note felt recent. Someone else had been here. Ethan pushed into the office. Papers scattered, a broken desk overturned. In the corner, a cracked mirror leaned against the wall, and in it, Ethan saw something he didn't want to. Behind him, the stranger, closer than ever, hand reaching for his shoulder. Ethan spun around, but the room was empty. Only the mirror showed the truth. The sound of a clock struck midnight. Dong! Each chime rattled the walls. The stranger's reflection in the mirror grew clearer, his mouth opening unnaturally wide, whispering words Ethan couldn't understand. Dong! The glass cracked, splitting across the stranger's face. Dong! And then, his hand pushed through the mirror, reaching. Ethan bolted from the office, sprinting through the warehouse. Doors slammed shut as he ran, machinery rattled to life, gears turning with metallic screams. The stranger's shadow stretched along the walls, twisting, chasing. Ethan spotted a broken window high above and scrambled for the stairs. But every step he took, the stranger's shadow grew taller, closer. At the top floor, Ethan found himself cornered. Only one way out. The broken window. A long drop into the alley below. He looked back. The stranger was there, no longer far, but right in front of him. The black void of his eyes locked on Ethan's. His lips stretched into something resembling a grin. Your name is mine now. Ethan didn't think. He dove through the glass. The world slowed. Shards sparkled around him as he plummeted. He hit the ground hard, gasping, pain shooting through his body. But he was alive. Shakily, he stood, looking back up. The window was empty. No stranger. Ethan staggered out of the alley, limping toward the streetlights. Cars passed. Life went on. The nightmare seemed over, but as he reached for his phone in his pocket, he froze. The screen lit up. A new message from an unknown number. It read, 12 Sa per M, midnight. Tomorrow, he comes again. Ethan dropped the phone, horror twisting his stomach, because the reflection in the shattered screen wasn't his own. It was the stranger's, smiling.